Are we ready?
I am.
You don't want to use the Broadhouse because you don't want to use the bottle.
I already used the bathroom at the art,
Oh.
in the shop.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe. You know what Jalen Hurts has to do? Prove it in the playoffs.
Do it again.
Dak.
Well, if
Hold on. Interception, Dallas.
No, I'm just saying. Well, we're giving it to Herbert, and Herbert has yet to do it in the playoffs.
If I asked you right now, who would you rather have as a quarterback of the 49ers? Dak or Herbert? Don't lie to me.
Oh, I thought if you gave me Hurts or
No, Herbert. There's not a GM in the league that would take Dak over Herbert. Not one. Come on.
no.
I get it.
You get it? No, you're right.
I get it. Don gets it. We knew he'd come around. Let's go to Rich. 97.1. Rich, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Man, I'm a Lions fan, first of all, so let's get that out of the way. I don't like the whole what if thing. What if we would have won the playoffs by getting in this year? Like, what if the Rams would have won and our picks, blah, blah, blah. It's football. Anything can happen. Anybody can get hurt. Anybody can suck next year, even on the Lions, Jared Goff or whoever. Not wishing bad on players. But being a Lions fan, I want to get in the playoffs and I want to win, and that was the chance we had this year.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Rich, I'm not trying to build false expectations. If you were able to clear that first hurdle of playing San Francisco, yeah, you're right, I wouldn't pick you to lose to a lot of teams. I wouldn't. Maybe you were the 07 Giants, and we'll never get a chance to find out. But you're probably a year ahead. Next year's going to be the year. You're going to add a ton of talent. And you know what?
It has to be the year.
Yeah, and I'll argue this, and Rich, I'm probably going to get crushed for saying it, but whatever. Hey, man, at number 6, I can roll another pick with 18, and I can move up, and maybe I can get, if I have a guy that I think is the difference maker, I can go take that guy. Like, you wouldn't be able to do that if you were a pick 9.
And I know you probably already know this coming. I get it. But what I'm saying is,
I get it.
we don't know what's going to happen next year. We can be the best team next year, or we cannot. But
Rich,
the thing is,
No, here's what I would say. For next year, you can't take a step back. You have the NFL's attention. You have America's attention. You have respect now. When people see Detroit Lions logo, they don't laugh anymore. You go out there and you lose. That's everything that happened this year goes away. You have to make moves and draft picks to go forward. There is no going back.
if the Lions come out and lose their first game next year, I guarantee you the media is going to be saying SOL.
Oh, you know what? The SOL thing needs to die, Rich. That needs to stop. It's absurd. It's lazy. When I hear people on this station say it, I want to hit them with a garbage can. Just
Who
stop
says it? Nobody says it on this station.
Nobody knows.
David, do you know of anybody who says it on this station?
No, it's nobody that anyone listens to. 248-539-9797. What? What is that?
I'm a soft guy. I mean, I'll admit it.
Oh, I
That's what I was thinking about.
Oh,
I was
some
thinking
people
about
listen to him.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, no, see, I
don't think about him at all.
That's so lazy. Well, I got to do the post-game show, so we get to chat. Mistakes were made. Football fans, call your own. I get it. The NFL playoffs with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. They got the same game parlay specials. January 16th, all customers get up to $100 in free bets, win or lose. So you got Super Wildcard Weekend. Take advantage. More betting markets, more props, more stuff, and it's all there for you. It's FanDuel Sportsbook. Promo code TICKET. 21 and up, present Michigan. Bonus issued, non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days. Max bet, $100. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117. It's FanDuel, the official partner of 97.1.
This is Jim Rome with an Odyssey Sports Minute. If nothing else, you have to give Jets quarterback Zach Wilson this. This cat does not lack confidence. And he fired off this warning shot yesterday for anybody who thinks they might be coming for his gig.
Yeah, I'm going to make that dude flat hell in practice
Yeah, I
every
think
day.
we're going to
Wow.
try.
Zachary, confidence is one thing. Utter delusion is entirely something different. I'm Jim Rome.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text JUDGE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermal, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text JUDGE to 321-321. That's JUDGE to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
The sounds of the game.
Goff takes the snap, back, looks, throws, caught, first down, Detroit Lions. DJ Chark down inside the 10-yard line. This game is over.
Yes. Sounds of the game brought to you by Bill Brown Ford.
Bill Brown Ford in Livonia is proud to support the community and give back all year long through charity golf outings to baseball leagues and so much more. Why not get your next new Ford vehicle from a dealer who truly cares about their community? Save your spot today for 2023 orders at BillBrownFord.com.
Norman, before we start the surgery, I have some bad news.
What is it, doctor?
Well, I never graduated from med school. But the good news is, it's the Xfinity Hello 2023 sale. Now hurry, because new Xfinity customers can get 75 megabit internet for just $20 a month for 1 year with no annual contract. And this will get your heart rate up. When you add Xfinity Mobile, you get the best price for 2 lines of unlimited.
I gotta get this deal.
Plus, for a limited time, get $500 back with 2 new mobile lines.
That's amazing, Doc.
I know. I don't want to miss this deal. Let's reschedule.
Doc?
Drop everything and get to the Xfinity Hello 2023 sale now through January 10th. Go to Xfinity.com/Hello2023. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Internet offer requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After term, regular rates apply. Xfinity Internet required for Xfinity Mobile. Compares Xfinity Unlimited Intro to lowest price 5G plans of top 3 carriers. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage per line. Data thresholds may vary.
The latest news and information on the Big Ten on the 5 Star Zone podcast with Rico Beard. Get it on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right. You give us 8 minutes, we give you the world of football, and then we get back to business. It's time for football today.
That's a disaster waiting to happen. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. He missed the extra point. Touchdown!
Football today.
All right, David, we get more coaches getting fired, more moves being made. Talk to me. What are we doing here?
Yeah, let's kind of go through each team for a quick minute here. Arizona Cardinals, they look to, they have a couple candidates here that they have listed to interview with, but the the owner has said he wants to do the GM search first. So how long do you think that takes before Arizona actually gets to interviewing their head coach candidate?
Can't take very long because you'll miss out on all the top candidates.
Correct.
So
Correct.
I would,
like what the Lions did with Holmes. And
yeah, and what people don't realize is if you're an owner and you don't know what to do, you can call the league and the league can assist you with a short list. Look, I don't think that's the best way to do it, but I'm just saying it's not like you're sitting down with a phone book. You got to have some people in mind, both within your organization or people who are plugged in within others. So I think you probably got about a week to get a GM. After that, you don't miss out.
So let's move over to the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos. So they have some similar names on their head coaching interview request list. One surprised me for Carolina. I'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson's on there, of course. Frank Wright is on there. Mike Kafka. Shane Steichen, who is the offensive coordinator in Philadelphia. Name that surprises me, and this may just be Rooney Rule. Jim Caldwell for the Carolina Panthers.
It's got Rooney Rule written all over it. He's old. It does satisfy the requirement, and that just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. I think, that you've got a list of the young offensive minds for a team that already has a defense, and they need to get that offense going. It just wouldn't make sense to me. It's why Harbaugh doesn't make sense. The guy's 60. People damn near half his age are what's in vogue right now.
See, I would say Caldwell, but not for the head coach. One of these, hey, Jim,
team chaplain?
If we brought in a young coach, can we bring you in to work with this young coach? You know the ropes. Well, we're going to let him be the head coach, boo. We're going to pay you, and we're going to, you're going to get compensated for what we're going to ask you to do. I can easily see that. Because with a lot of these guys, they've never done this before, so they need somebody who they can pick up the phone at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, what am I doing wrong?
A name for the Denver Broncos I did not see yesterday is Raheem Morris, defensive coordinator for the Rams. My question when it comes to these minority candidates is, do they actually have a shot at any of these jobs, or is this just a joke at this point?
Or you could just take a 1-year deal in Houston and be on your way the next year.
I mean, look, Raheem Morris' first tenure was a disaster as the coach of the Bucs. You'd like to see him get another chance, much like Todd Bowles did. David, I can't speak to it. He does have experience. He is an accomplished DC. I think the minority candidate with the best shot at getting a job is DeMeco Ryans. He's been the DC of the best defense in football for a couple of years. I do question a little bit of how much is DeMeco Ryans schematically versus, hey, they just rush 4 and have 7 to cover, and they get home 41% of the time. But if you're asking me who would get a job, I still think it's DeMeco Ryans. I think probably Houston with him. Well, he played there.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, still with him.
If I'm Houston, why am I drafting a defensive coordinator when I'm about to take a rookie quarterback?
Correct.
But see, that's where I think you go after people like the Caldwells who, okay, you're going to run the offense, the coach is going to do everything else.
Yeah, but if I'm Caldwell, why would you, again, even talk to Houston to even do
hey, you're going to hire hey, look, I'm old and I'm a minority. Yeah, wait, I've seen this movie before. Lovie Smith, dead. David Culley, dead. How many bodies you got to discover before you know you're in the house where people are dying?
And then let's get to this because his name is at a few places and there's some things coming out about him today. That's Jim Harbaugh. Of course, he's on the Carolina Panthers list, but maybe not anymore.
No, he's not. They have openly said they're not pursuing.
He's on the Indianapolis Colts list and the the Denver Broncos. But let me read you a quote from the GM in Indy. Coach GM Chris Ballard asked specifically, Jim Harbaugh's a candidate, says that he doesn't want to get into specific candidates, but he did say, I'll lead the search. Mr. Irsay will make the final call.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a candidate.
I don't really think he is in Indianapolis anymore after that comment.
Listen, I would argue Denver is the least desirable of the jobs. You're stuck with a weirdo, psychopathic quarterback, and you can't get out of the contract. They have limited draft capital. I don't know what you do there. Sure, the Walton Penner Group is worth $60 billion, but you can't buy your way out. The cap hit would be $100 million. Look, man, I'll still say it. I just don't believe anyone wants him. But if Harbaugh can turn the trick,
I think great. I think Indianapolis, Harbaugh was their backup. We can go after somebody because we know. We pick up the phone and we call Ann Arbor. Jim's going to take this job. So let's swing for the fences. See what we can get.
What's the fences? Hold on. The fences is 36-year-old Ben Johnson? You're not getting Sean Payton. And you have to give up picks to get Payton. So I'm just making a point, Rico. What is the fences?
Okay, if they took Ben Johnson, it's still an upgrade from Jeff Saturday.
Rico, a garbage can's an upgrade from Jeff Saturday.
So he will interview, by the way, Jeff Saturday.
Right, so what I'm saying is, they've proven swinging for the fences is just somebody with some experience. It's just somebody who knows football.
The reason Harbaugh wouldn't work in Indy is Irsay's hands-on. Meddlesome. Does Harbaugh take direction well?
No.
Does Harbaugh get along with others well?
He doesn't.
No. Does Harbaugh understand things like nuance?
No.
Okay, how's that going to work when Irsay rolls in and goes, hey, Jimbo, this is the quarterback we're buying?
Yeah, please. You did walk in and say, you're sitting at that quarterback you're playing this week.
He did it 2 years in a row.
Quick question.
Yeah.
At what point do you hit the point of diminishing returns on Russell Wilson that you can let him go?
I believe, without looking at the cap table, I think it's 2025. And it would still cost you like $30 million.
I'm thinking they may just have to take that hit.
$100 million? What are they running? A homeless shelter? They're gonna have some of the people staying along?
Prices just go up at Walmart. That's it.
Denver's gonna be starting the soup line on the defense. I mean, like, what are we doing here?
Issue at Walmart is now $50.
Yeah, you got bulk pricing. It's more the salary cap than an affordability issue.
So before I get to the conversation, before we end on conversation about Coach of the Year, just real quick, since we're on coaching candidates, Ben Johnson, when I look at this list, he's on 3 of the team's list right now.
Yeah.
Arizona doesn't have a list yet, so that could be 4. Percentage chance that he actually gets a job this year.
I'll go 33.3 with a bar over it. It's more than none, but it's less than a shoo-in. I think if he comes back next year, they have a great year, they have a top 5 offense, they win the division, Ben Johnson will get a pick of what jobs he wants.
I was thinking more of about 25 to 30%. So we're in the same.
Want to go 27.8? Just sounds sexier.
27.9.
Nice.
27.9.
Because here's the thing, I think David, he would probably go to a place that has a top pick, and they're going to take a quarterback. And you can let him groom that quarterback. I don't think Houston, well, I don't know what Houston's going to do. They probably should take a quarterback, but they may take an old lineman. They do crazy things now. But that's Arizona. You got Kyler Murray. As you say, you're kind of married to Kyler Murray.
Then it comes down to, does Kyler like you?
You kind of took Jared Goff and fixed him. Can you do the same with Kyler Murray? That may be an option because they need somebody. They need an offensive guru to help come up with an offense to keep everybody happy down there. Look what he did in Detroit. That offense, the beauty of the offense was there was no player that you had to worry about because anybody can kill you.
And the influence of that may be what I see here from the ESPN article on Coach of the Year, because 2 of the coaching candidates, well, all 3 are offensive guys, but 2 of them have been hired within the last 2 years. But who would your Coach of the Year be? Number 3, they have Doug Peterson. Number 2, they have Nick Sirianni for the Eagles. And 1, they have Kyle Shanahan for the 49ers.
It's none of those, to be quite honest.
Okay.
Be Brian Daboll. The Giants are supposed to be one of the worst teams in the league, and had no cap space, had a bum at quarterback, had rookies playing everywhere. And in the NFC East that featured the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the Commanders, all 3 teams presumed to be playoff teams, somehow Brian Daboll got that team to the playoffs. I get it. Shanahan had a big year.
Now, see, here's why I would say Shanahan.
Or Peterson.
But I would say Shanahan because you did all of this with 3 different quarterbacks.
I'm not mad about it.
Well,
he asked me who I would say. Nobody knows the Giants roster better than me. I don't know how we're here.
I'm still like Brock Purdy. We're going with him
BCB
in the playoffs.
And that is in football today.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the Jeff Lee J AM 950 Traffic Center, a crash is reported in Sterling Heights on Metro Parkway westbound west of Mound, blocking the 2 right lanes. There's a slowdown on 75 northbound between Springles and Clark Street in southwest Detroit that's possibly due to a moving work crew trying to clear from the area. Then look for a slowdown due to construction 94 eastbound from 696 to Martin Road, left lane closure with a backup from 8 Mile. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
At Ford, we know a thing or two about strength in what we build and in the city of Detroit. Because we know we're at our best when we come together. Whether that's on the football field, the assembly line, or working to make our community a better place to live. That's why we at Ford have proudly invested in this place we're even prouder to call home. By creating hundreds of jobs at our new Rouge electric vehicle plant, by helping build a campus, neighborhood, and urban center of the future at Michigan Central Station, and continue our commitment to doing the hard work that will always set this place apart. So if it's strength, forward progress, and momentum you're looking for this Sunday, you don't have to look all that far to find it. It's right here at home, and it's being built Ford proud.
Menards is your complete bathroom renovation headquarters. Lions has what you need to give your bathroom a fresh, updated look. Shop the largest selection of bathtubs and showers, including over 200 showers, bathtubs, and surrounds, which are a great way to start your remodel. You're sure to find the perfect one to fit your style and budget. Start your next project today and save big money on all Lions bath and shower products at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. The listening you love is on the free Odyssey app. Your trusted local radio stations, coverage of your favorite teams, live news from your hometown, and millions of podcasts on demand. Best of all, you can completely customize your listening experience. Follow topics you care about, like leagues and teams. Pause or rewind your local sports and news, and add shows to your queue to catch up later. There's a lot to listen to, so get started and download the free Odyssey app today.
Are you tired of exposing your retirement to stock market risk? Call 855-412-SAFE. That's 855-412-7233 for your complimentary Safe Money book, and join Joe Upflager for the Safe Money Radio Show, Sundays from 7 to 8 a.m.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Pepero of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, call 877-734-2200.
Breaking news on 97.1 The Ticket is presented by BetQL. Smarter bets start with BetQL. Download the BetQL app or visit BetQL.com today. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Sports headlines. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. It's wicked awesome. The Red Wings are back on the ice tonight. Losers of 3 straight games and 4 of their last 5. They'll try to get back on track against the Winnipeg Jets. Help is on the way, though, as forward Tyler Bertuzzi is set to return to the lineup after missing the previous 16 games with a broken left hand. Head coach Derek Lalonde says he'll start on the line with Dylan Larkin and Lucas Raymond. Meanwhile, the Jets have won 5 straight games. Puck drop from Little Caesars Arena is at 7 o'clock right here on 97.1 The Ticket. The injury news isn't as promising for the Pistons, who are also in action tonight. Detroit hits the road to play the Sixers. They'll be without forward Bojan Bogdanovic, who's dealing with right calf soreness, and Jalen Duren, who's nursing right ankle soreness. Forward Isaiah Livers could return to the lineup, though he's been out since December 1st with a right shoulder sprain. Joel Embiid, who missed Sunday's game at Little Caesars Arena, could return to the lineup. Tip-off from Philadelphia is at 7 o'clock on WWJ. A Tigers division foe appears to be returning to the AL Central, as shortstop Carlos Correa has reportedly signed a 6-year, $200 million deal with the Twins. The contract comes after Correa failed to complete deals with the Mets and Giants, with both teams raising concerns about a right ankle injury revealed in multiple physicals. Also, the Tigers have added some bullpen help, signing veteran left-hander Chasen Shreve to a minor league deal. Shreve has a career ERA just under 4 in 9 seasons, though he struggled to the tune of an ERA north of 6 in 25 games with the Mets last season. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Luke Sloan. For more, visit 97.1 The Ticket or Odyssey.com.
Yeah, well, we were told what you did.
What did I do? What'd he do?
Demand Enrico get up and evacuate his seat.
Just shut up, I didn't. I was there on time, as I always am.
Enrico made a rather salient point that I just don't want to repeat because it'll hurt Bojo's feelings.
I'm going to hear it. It's going to be exciting. Oh, it's Black History Month, the shortest month of the year.
That was the joke Rico made.
Yeah.
I'm in no position to make.
Oh, no, for the last day of the month, Rico, can I get a dab? I mean, just for the close out of the month.
Oh, my God. Oh, no! I'm leaving.
He just played you go, my brother. That's why I want a dab. Sure.
And Sting will play us out.
Sure, Wojo.
Tomorrow.
Good to see you, my friend.
4 o'clock. Great to have you. A couple topics in the mix. One being the ending for the Lions. And was this actually the better outcome? I mean, I know we all wanted the playoffs, but you go to Frisco, probably get destroyed. Versus you beat Aaron Rodgers. He's off to do magic mushrooms and enemas. Your draft pick's better. You're locked in at 6. Who knows what could happen between now and the draft? What if all of a sudden you ended up with an opportunity to move up to 4 and get Will Anderson? Look, whatever it is. I don't want to create scenarios. I guess that's what I do. But my point is, we're talking about that, and then we also brought up last night the national title game. 65-7. Georgia reminded all of us, myself included, that even if it's not the best Georgia team in memory, we're still that much better than any non-SEC team that makes this thing.
Yeah.
So my point was, if you're a Michigan fan, I think it's just pretty clear you don't play on the same planet as that team. Now, we've had a couple of lovely human beings, albeit delusional, calling and going, no, I think we can hang with Georgia. I don't know how you come to that conclusion, and I really don't want to learn.
Oh, here, let me help you out. I'm kidding.
No, it's just, as a Spartan fan, a Wolverine, guys, we've seen Notre Dame make it and get pummeled. We've seen Ohio State make it, and outside of that one miracle, largely get dominated. You've made it twice, dominated. Michigan State, dominated. Washington, dominated. TCU, dominated. Guys, it's clear as day. You're not winning this thing unless you are, name it right now, Georgia and Bama. Clemson's come down, and the only team that might enter this fray might be USC with the backing of Hollywood dollars and Caleb Williams, who might just be, the unicorn. I'm making a point. Does it hurt your ability to love college football? Because for me, look, we all make fun of bowls, but at least back in the day, you could take pride in making a good bowl. Well, now none of it matters. Christ, MSU made the Peach Bowl last year. It was a New Year's Six. It may as well have been the Condom Bowl. No one cared. I cared. It was fun. It was something.
I think that's just it, Mike. If you're a fan of the team, you're going to watch your team in the Liberty Bowl, in whatever bowl
but here's the problem.
Playing in.
But last year, our best player opted out. Kenny Pickett opted out.
That's what you got to worry about. You almost need your best player to be a freshman or a sophomore.
They're spring games basically now. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So now the playoff, if you're lucky to make it, here's how your season's going to end. You're going to get murdered. You will physically get butchered, put in a bag, and you're on dry ice.
Yeah.
So
but remember this: Jackson Smith and Jigba opted out of a playoff game.
He opted out of the whole year.
Right? No, but he opted out of the playoff. So even the playoff doesn't mean your guys are going to play.
Right.
It's going to be different. Honestly, I think if the bowl games put up some type of an NIL sponsorship, they can get the big names to play in those games. Because the players are afraid they're going to get injured. So pay them some of that sponsorship money that you get from ESPN and all of those places, and you can keep those players. But yeah, you're right. It does take some of the shine, because once you make a bowl game, my God, Purdue had half the team opted out.
My point is, even if you have a great year like Michigan, it's going to end the same way. They got blown out last year by Georgia, and this year they lost to the worst team in the damn thing.
Those are facts.
And if you think, you know what, maybe it was the better outcome for you. Maybe it was good you lost to TCU. Because if you went on national TV, you would have had your head shoved up your ass. Nobody was beating Georgia last night. Nobody.
And honestly, Mike, next year you're going to say, Georgia doesn't look the same. I look at their schedule. Now, Georgia is gearing up for December 3rd against Alabama in the Georgia Dome.
Yeah, they're bored.
That's their season next year.
You win. You said they were bored from the jump.
Yeah.
You were right.
If you thought they were bored this year, next year, man, they're part-time.
Let's go to Mitch, 97.1. Hi, Mitch.
Hey, guys. I'm a pissed-off Michigan fan.
Okay.
I'm just tired of all the BS with Harbaugh and stuff. Like if Nick Saban or Kirby Smart were a coach at Michigan State, you guys were talking about us not getting the big-time 5-star recruits. Would they do any better up here? Because I always hear John Jansen say the kids don't want to play up here. They like playing in a warm weather climate. So what do we do about that?
Mitch, how's Ohio State getting people? Because Columbus, there's no beach in Columbus.
Yeah.
It's the kids want to play where they can win. Kids want to play.
Hey guys, so what's the problem with our schools then? I don't get it.
Well, part of it is proximity, right? Like, generally speaking, the further you get away from campus, the harder it is to get players consistently, high-level ones, to commit to you. It's reality. I always use USC as the example. When USC fell off the map, it's not like players weren't coming out of California. It's they weren't keeping them home. So USC drew a circle around LA, basically 3 hours, and that's all they needed. If you're Alabama, if you're LSU, if you're Georgia, I do think geography plays, because you never really need to get on a plane.
And geography plays because California, Texas, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, talent rich. We don't have that here in the state of Michigan. It used to be Ohio had a ton of talent. That's starting to slip off as well.
So you got to be able to walk in there, and you got to go into Texas and get everybody that Texas doesn't want. You got to go into Florida and get everybody that Florida State and Florida and Georgia they don't want. That's what it's come down to.
And just one more thing, like the athletic director, Ward Manuel, why doesn't he just man up and have the ball, just sign Harbaugh, just give him the money he wants? Or would Harbaugh still do this every year?
Well,
no matter what he gets paid.
Here's the thing. The problem is he did give Harbaugh the money. Now, if you want to be paid like Nick Saban, I have bad news. Then you got to have rings, Mitch. You got to win your bowl games. You got to win playoff
not
games.
Big Ten championship rings.
So, like, I get, okay, so Saban makes 11.5, Mitch. Harbaugh, by hitting his incentives this year, made 10. Are we really quibbling over that? I could see it if Jim made 6 and Nick makes 11.5. Like, Mitch, in the end, if he wants to be an NFL coach, that's great, but you can't be taking interviews and doing this every year. Because I got bad news for you, Mitch. I don't care who you go to. And I know these recruiting sites have businesses to operate. They can spit shine the turd any way they want. Michigan's recruiting is nowhere near where it should be for a team who's 24-3 the last 2 years with 2 Big Ten championships and 2 playoff appearances. It's nowhere.
Ring neck.
And didn't one of Michigan's backup quarterbacks from Texas Tech, didn't he transfer because his dad got pissed off at Jim Harbaugh? I can't remember what he tweeted him, but
you're talking about
tired of the BS.
Bowman left. You're talking about Orgy's father was the one that went to social media. Oh, RG3's favorite player. But here's the thing, Mitch. If you have the depth that you should have had, you wouldn't have been putting a linebacker in at the 1 foot line. You would have been putting in that next running back stud, but instead you had to steal somebody from the linebackers room. Well, the other problem, again, when you watch Georgia, it's not just the guys up front are better. These are the depth they have, as Rico's telling you. The backups. Right. I mean, I'll give you an example. So, like, Mike Morris is a really good player. Mozzie Smith, all jokes aside, he's a good player. Upshaw, good player. Like, what do you got behind him? Because all 3 of those guys are leaving. Rayshon Benny. Man, may as well be Benny Hill. 248-539-9797.
Thank you. I will always hear that theme song whenever I see him make a